Good evening, I'm Mark Ivy. Welcome to the latest edition of Kernels from the Cornfield. No husk, no hulls, no shucks. News with a dash of commentary to spice up your daily fare for Friday, April 4th, 2014. Malaysia Flight 370. Turns out the big news about the search for Malaysia Flight 370 was what anyone who has watched the coverage already knew. With the rescue ships finally arriving to the search area, underwater pingers would be deployed and try and locate the black boxes. So far, no signal has been detected. The manufacturer of the black box stated today that the batteries may have already died. Time may have run out on a quick answer to the mystery of what happened to or where Flight 370 may be. 4 weeks later, and we still don't know. Fort Hood, Texas shooting. Addressing mental health issues continues to dominate the conversation surrounding Specialist Ivan Lopez after he killed 3 fellow soldiers and wounded 16 others. It is being reported that Lopez became upset over not being able to receive a leave from the day of the shooting and was told to come back the next day. How to protect others while not violating a person's privacy when it comes to treating mental health issues is a hard line to draw. Many going through mental problems are reluctant to seek help due to the stigma still attached to those who suffer. Adequate treatment of the mentally ill is also a concern. The Ukraine crisis is still in crisis. Russian troops remain poised on the eastern border of Ukraine at the ready to invade. Russian President Vladimir Putin is not backing down, making not only Ukraine, but other neighbors, such as the Baltic states, worried about a similar invasion in those tiny 3 states. The dominoes continue to fall. A federal judge in Ohio today signaled that he will strike down as unconstitutional all bans and restrictions on recognizing legal same-gender marriages from other states by the state of Ohio. This expands on an earlier ruling which ordered the state to recognize a same-gender marriage on the death certificate of a couple who legally wed in another state. Ohio had refused to recognize the surviving spouse as such is needed for insurance and other death benefits. Expect to see more state bans on equality for long-term same-gender couples to fall within the next coming months. Spring has sprung in the cornfield. Rain has fallen for 3 days and moved eastward. The ground already saturated from all the snow which fell and melted is having a hard time absorbing the nearly 4 inches of rain we've received over the last couple of days. Flood warnings are out for low-lying areas and along rivers and creeks. The mercury has fallen and will remain seasonable but cool for the weekend and the coming week. You should see my yard. Little puddles of standing water everywhere. Indiana's senior senator, Dan Coates, is calling on the administration of President Barack Obama to break down the enrollment numbers following the announcement by the president that 7.1 million people had enrolled through healthcare.gov and the state-run marketplace exchanges in compliance with the Affordable Care Act. The deadline was Monday for the open enrollment period. Coates noted that Health and Human Services have not said how many people were moved to Medicaid, how many people previously had insurance but lost their policy and had to purchase more expensive policies from the exchanges, though they had been told that if they liked their insurance, they could keep it. How many people have lost their doctors? We don't know that yet either. How many people have actually paid their premium to complete enrollment? That's a big question. Back in January, we were told only about 20% had not yet paid. And how many healthy young Americans signed up? They're the ones that's supposed to bear the cost, the brunt of the cost, to insure the elderly, the sickly, and those signing up through the exchanges. Coates says until the questions are answered and the numbers broken down, it's premature to claim any success from the Affordable Care Act by the president. You can read my own take on the numbers at FromTheCornfield.com. Just go to ACA Go, hit or miss. Check out my take on the Supreme Court ruling on political contributions at FromTheCornfield.com or on CNN's I Report site. Look for Put the Blame Where It Belongs, Voter Apathy. This initial week, I've been sharing kernels with I Report. But starting Monday, if you've liked my nightly take on the news of the day, you'll need to visit kernels.fromthecornfield.com. Well, that's what caught my attention on this Friday, April 4th, 2014. Tune in Monday for another episode of Kernels from the Cornfield. I am Mark Ivy, wishing you a good evening and a good weekend.